Hey, you all, it's Lisabeth of Sparkle Stories with a long form Momma Lecture. I want to give you my thinking and advice. You know, my short form's in around a minute or so, but this one's going to be a little bit longer because I want to take my time and share my thoughts. So this week's theme is forget fitting in, meaning, forget trying to be like everybody else, right? There are 8.2 billion people on the planet. I just looked it up. How many people on the planet? 8.2 billion. And not one of us is like the other one. We are all completely unique. And do you feel like we're put here to try to be like everybody else and to kind of create sort of a herd of alike creatures? No, not humans. No, we are not. We are meant to be the fullest expression of our unique selves. That's what I believe. And there are a zillion tools to get to that, right? But I think that one of the most valuable pursuits is deepening your connection to self, staying in connection to self, and discovering, who is this being, this unique being? What are my preferences? What are my needs? What is my authentic pace? What are my dreams? What are my desires? What feelings are arising in me, and how do those indicate things, right? I think that is a sincerely valuable thing, and it's also pleasurable, and it's how we get to the uniqueness of who we are, so we can bring that forward onto the planet. And then as parents, right, that's the greatest gift you can give your kids, is the curiosity. Who is this little being unfolding in front of me? How do they want to show up on the planet? And to make as much room as possible for that. I mean, that's part of the challenge of parenting, right? Because that's not always easy. It can be a little messy or a little challenging, or really, it can be terribly inconvenient. But it's the most valuable gift you can give your kids, right? And I'm not perfect. Trust me, my older son recently was reminding me that I was kind of out of my own alignment, and I was busy giving him all sorts of advice and not being very attuned. And he said to me, hey, you know what? I need you to just listen to me and say, I'm here. And I thought, oh yeah, that's the parent I want to be. The one that's hi, I'm giving you my presence. I am witness to your unfolding. I am not going to impose my ideas about how I think you should run your life and what I think you should do next, because it is yours to discover, right? And then they are encouraged, and then practice that, bringing the fullness of who they are to this planet, because I believe that's what we're meant to do. And now, a question for you. Do you find that as I say that, a little something lights up inside of you? A little I want to be unique in all the planet. Is there some part of you that resonates with me? I bet there is. And what will also arise is a protector part that comes up and is I don't know, that doesn't feel safe to me. We gotta not stand out too much because it's not safe. Now, there has been wisdom in that part. That thinking that has evolved with us for thousands of years. There was safety and belonging. In fact, studies show that humans still, we will self-abandon. We will sacrifice authenticity in order to belong, in order to fit in with the clan or the tribe, right? We humans will naturally do that because that's safety seeking. But the reality is, that's not what we're meant to do. And we have these beautiful brains, these prefrontal cortices now, that can kind of think above and over those primal impulses of fear and say, well, actually, what do I really want to do? I can feel the fear arising, but who am I really? And what is my truest, most authentic, aligned choice? And that's, I think, the thing that's wanting to come forward, because the planet needs us in our fullness. It really does. It needs our gifts. It needs our idiosyncrasies. It needs all of the things that we're curious about, all the ways that our mind wants to work. It needs us in our fullness. So I encourage you, forget fitting in, particularly as we're going back to school. This is why this is up. As we're going back to school, there's going to be that tendency, and particularly among preteens and teens, they're very tribal. And of course, we can give them room to do that as well. We don't want to be stop being tribal. You need to be yourself. The most beautiful thing I found as a parent with teens is you want to model the thing that you want to offer your children, making room for the fullness of who they are, even if it's tribal, and then being the fullness of who you are in every moment, in every expression that wants to come forward. I hope that helps.